Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. We are live. Sorry, I'm late. My sleep schedule is just so messed up. So I'm trying to fix it. And in the meantime, no, I think I should be able to fix it today finally. But yesterday it was just all kind of screwy. All kind of screwy. So I didn't want to force myself to like be super exhausted this morning. So I just allowed myself to sleep a little bit longer so I wouldn't be super cranky and with a headache because I had a really, really bad headache yesterday because of how bad my insomnia was. So good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? Good morning. All right, so here we go. Good morning, Trenches. Good morning, Janelle. How are you guys this morning? 22. But yeah, I had such a horrible headache yesterday just from my sleeping patterns being so off. So I really didn't want to have another headache today, so I just allowed myself to sleep. I just felt like that was super important. I can't deal with headaches multiple days in a row. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right, so I'm gonna have to multiply contracts on the one Tradeify account because it renews tomorrow. But I think it always renews at nighttime, but that's okay. I'm still gonna do the same thing. Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? How was the market this morning? Anybody take any trades today so far? Normally, like if I know I'm going to like oversleep or something, because I wake up so many times, I'll just go ahead and start recording my screen even though I'm not trading yet or whatever. But I just I didn't feel like it. And honestly, I just wanted to sleep longer because of how bad my head hurts. Or how bad my head was hurting yesterday. But then I remembered my Tradeify account is gonna renew anyway, so I was just like, forget it. I'll just get up and try to trade a little bit and see what happens. But like I said, I think it renews at like 9:30 at night or something, so I should be able to trade it again tomorrow, but I don't want to take the chance, so I'm probably going to just keep trading it until it blows or goes today. I don't know. I don't know. But we're gonna see. You love that show on Lil Green off the long 20 minutes ago. I started watching Power so late. Like I don't think I ever even went back and watched the first season. Are you talking about the original Power? Or are you talking about the one of the spin-offs? Team. But yeah, I think I started watching the original Power like maybe in the middle of the first, no, I mean the middle of the second season, if I'm not mistaken. And I never went back to like look at what I missed. I just kept it moving. Oh wait, this is wrong. There we go. Can't take this trade. There's equal volume in this swing and this one. So we will have to come down at least this far. Okay. Now I can take the trade. It just has to decide if it's gonna, I can't take it if it's equal swings. All right, 119. When I control is too high. First started it was on season 3. Oh, see, I need to do what you did. But you know what? You sound like how I was when I well, Scandal was still on at the time, but I had like just got put onto it, and I was so in love with that show, baby. I ended up watching like however many seasons it was up until that point. I watched it all in like 4 days. It was the because at the time I was working as a nurse still, and it was during like the 4 days I was off work. Baby, listen. I watched the hell out of that show, okay? See, I wanted to take this, but we rotated over this middle pivot level, meaning this bar hit it and the actual entry bar, so the previous reversal bar. And like I have it written down, I don't want it to rotate like that. So I didn't want to take it, but and we're still in the 30-minute opening range. It looks like this orange looking line is where we would break it. But yeah, so I'm gonna stay on a little longer because even if I just trade the one account I need to trade, I really think I could push it till tomorrow, but like I said, I don't want to chance it because what if they decide, oh, we're gonna start billing everybody at midnight? Then I'm screwed and I'm carrying over a balance again. I would rather just start the account over if anything. Oh, you know what? Let me keep this right here actually. So now I know oh yeah, they did fix the volume profile as you can see. He has sent me a fix to it at 9:35, but I was still trading. So I did test it like last night or whatever. I did, but both order flow indicators are on, and I'm just doing that for a minute so I can like make sure the point of control is where it's supposed to be. 6.4. All right, we're breaking out of the range. Next, I'm rewatching Billions. I've never even heard of that show. You're wondering if we reject here around VWAP? going to work now. Yeah, I'm hoping so. I think so. All right, so the data lag is now a little bit more normalized. It was like at 0.3 this whole time. So it's back normalized. But even with 0.3, I could still deal with it. Now, because of the way sometimes when the bar closes and it just kind of takes off, like, you know, with that kind of data lag, sometimes I might not actually end up getting put into the trade, but I can still trade that way if that makes sense. 112. I really doubt this ends up looking the way I want it to. I'm probably really just waiting for the pullback. Excuse me. Oh, I'm like, for some reason it looks darker in my room than it should be. So those lights aren't on. I like billions. What is, well, I don't even need to ask that. I got a fire stick. Let's see. Billions. It looks like it's a show that has like 7 seasons. A brilliant hedge fund titan and a brash U.S. attorney go head to head. Does that sound like that's right? We do have crude oil coming up at 9:30. All right, so the way we just pushed through, if we are going to reverse down, which I have no problem with taking, I do want us to be a little bit more clear of the overnight low right there. Just a little too close for comfort. Okay, or, you know, we could do that too. We're not going to reverse around there. It's going to have to be too much delta there for me to like that trade. Delta's way too high. Sure, 121 was the highest. It was FTMO. I heard Amelia. Well, I saw that in one of the discourse that I lurk in. I definitely saw that. See you, Janelle. Have a good day. I hope you have a lot of fun with your grandma. Be safe. I definitely saw that, Amelia. All right, Trenches. I might have to watch that one because that one actually sounds interesting. I like shows like that. Like the initial delta that kind of goes into the bars so far, I can tell that if it's either going to keep going up, like after it does this little thing, it's going to keep going up, or the move might not be that strong when it drops. Point of control is also staying pretty high in the bar. What is the purple line? It's one of the deviation levels, I think. Oh, this is 1.5 times the initial balance right there. I actually should be in that trade, but I wouldn't have. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of questionable if I would have even gotten filled though, because the way it like slammed down like that. Doubt it. Highly doubt it. 91. Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten filled. Point of control just moved too high. Yeah, seeing it in real time, I know for sure I wouldn't have gotten filled, even though it like popped back for a half a second. I mean, maybe if I already had the order there, but yeah, that just kind of slammed down kind of quickly. Let's see. Kind of hard to tell. Away from. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep trading past 9:45, but what I am gonna do is only trade the account that renews tomorrow. There's like way too much volume in this. The volume's not the problem. The point of control is just too high for what I'm looking for. I'm looking at the zigzag. It either needs to be, if I'm going to take a sell, it has to be divergence, or just look for the next pullback. But I do have a minute and a half before I can't take any more trades. Even if I was able to get into this sale, so because I'm doing 23 ticks instead of 22, and this is something I've been trying to figure out if I'm going to keep doing, it would have been a full TP at 22 ticks, but it would have stopped me out. It would have moved back to my break even if I did 23 ticks. So I've been trying to figure out like which one I would rather do, and I'm not all the way sure yet. When control is too high. No, what I meant was it's too high in the bar. So like for some combinations, I want the point of control to be in the wick, and sometimes I want it to be in the body. So like this trade right here was perfect. It just, the way that bar reversed, there was no way I was going to get into that. But I wanted the point of control to be in the wick because we were selling off of the current open, which I see the current open as a support level initially. And so based on that volume, there was a lot of volume in this swing, 14.9 versus the previous swing, which I don't even know. It was 6.4. So based on the buyers being so strong in this move, I wanted it to be a trap, which it was. So the buyers were in control of the point of control, and I wanted them to be in the wick. Because basically you're trapping the ones who are trying to push through the current open as a level of support. Just temporary, and it happens. But with this one, this buy right here, based on patterns that I've seen work so far, I wanted the point of control to be lower. I wanted it to be in the wick of the candle. So once it moved to the body and sustained up there, I knew I wasn't going to trade it. So yeah, volume of the swings and volume of the actual reversal bar kind of tell me where I want the point of control to be. Right now in this bar, the point of control is literally at the current open. You can see it's literally on the line. But yeah, sitting out till 9:32. Trying to clear out my notifications on my phone. Seeing a bunch of notifications on my phone gives me so much anxiety. I think yesterday when I woke up, I had like 44 notifications. Who is talking in group chats and why? Take me out. Take me out right now. All right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Good morning. All right. So, what is the max? The max contracts at Tradeify is 5, right? On the 50Ks, I'm pretty sure. 5 minis, yeah. And then, pretty sure billing. Yeah, it says 8/28 is when tomorrow is when I'm gonna get rebuild, but I'm pretty sure my rebuild goes through at like 9 p.m. or something. but I don't know how their billing is based. Like, I don't know if when I get billed at 9 p.m., it's based on whatever my accounts were at the end of today's session or what. Considering if the rebill is at 9 p.m., then it's after tomorrow's session closes, but I don't know how that works. So I just rather do it the way I do with everyone else, where I just blow or go it the day before the actual rebill and just go from there. Good morning, Sam. How are you this morning? Not you secretly watching. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. Don't be over there getting in trouble. I hope you guys are having a great day. Then after I'm done today, I gotta put my P&Ls from the week inside of the Discord and all of that. I need to rewash my hair. I washed it on Sunday, but something is making it feel not as like moisturized as it normally does. Good morning, Motivate Nation. How are you this morning? You're down 1K. You're looking for 620 to go short. Got you, got you. If they add one more meeting to my schedule. I feel that. I feel that. All right, I want to set, if I'm going to take the buy, I want to kind of pull away from the prior close right here. And I still don't know why. So wait, no. This is my old order flow indicator that puts yesterday's close. I don't know why it's usually different from Ninja's native prior close. Don't know why it's different levels. It should be the same. So I don't really know what time they base that off of. But I just have both of my charts just in case. But I see that as a level of resistance. So there's no need to get into a trade right there and have to break even literally a point later. It's pointless. You're good. Good, good. Definitely need to wash my hair. It's nasty. Girl, wash your hair. No. No, yeah. I have like a scalp condition. So I pretty much wash it every week on Sundays, but I don't know. I think I changed one thing in my hair routine on Sunday. My hair don't like that. So I need to go back and wash it again today, but I don't have to like do the full blown deep conditioning and all that. I'll do that again on Monday, but I just need to wash whatever it is in my hair out and just start over. Most of this are wild out first. Had to break up a fight. This is Ivy League school kids. Not practice the art of, not we don't practice the art of ratchetness. I'm weak. I'm weak. 207. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I will put it at. Are they gonna push down or not? Oh, took too long. This moment got on as soon as my meeting started. I did. Because I didn't know if I wanted to actually trade today. Ready to punt. Oh, wait. Why, Apple Jacks? Has its hiccups and bumps once in a while. Yeah. Hell, saying even if you was working with the kids who were not special ed, you still deal with the same thing. Wouldn't nothing change. Wouldn't nothing change at all, actually. At all. Probably deal with it more. But yeah, y'all, my sleep pattern was so thrown off yesterday. So first of all, I'm a little older, and well, it ain't even got nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that my insomnia is so bad right now. So I usually have like my nap time every day, right? So my sister was streaming. My sister's a gamer as well, and she was streaming. So I went in there to say hi to her, and she's like, "Are you coming to play?" I'm like, it's kind of my nap time. But my sister works in the evening. So I'm like, I don't want her sitting there, "Oh, you always play with your other friends and not me." And because that's what she likes to do. Okay. She likes to guilt trip me. So I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and I'll play with her. So I got on and played with her. And one of our mutual friends, he didn't work yesterday. He's off on Tuesdays. So, but I didn't realize it. So I'm like, "You not getting off like, at his normal time?" He like, "No, I'm off. I'm off Sunday through Tuesday." I'm like, damn. And my sister doesn't go to work till the evening. So I'm like, y'all finna eat through my whole nap time. And because my other friend that I game with, he worked early, like I think he went into work at 5:30 in the morning. He got off early. So by the time I'm like, all right, they finna get off so I could take my nap, he was calling me, "You ready to play?" I'm like, yeah. Yo, my head was hurting so bad. Oh my gosh, because I didn't get my nap, but I wasn't cranky. So I was like, oh, it's cool. That means I'm gonna go to sleep like at a normal time because I didn't have my nap. So I should be able to go to sleep at a normal time. Could not. First of all, I was so exhausted by 10 o'clock at night that I was like, y'all, I have to get off the game because I am exhausted at this point and I cannot function, right? And so I ended up having to take like an hour and a half nap around 10 o'clock last night. And then around 3 o'clock this morning, I fell asleep again, like maybe for 45 minutes. So I just was all screwy. Okay. It's all screwy. Stress relief? Oh, your stupid job. Understood. Title kids that have no excuse for bad behavior? Exactly, Amelia. And that is why you could not put me in the school system. Mm-mm. Nope. And it all starts at home. All of it. All of it. All of it. All right. So I guess that's just not going to attach, huh? Oh, wait. I want to. I knew that zigzag was going to disappear from there. So let's see. 13. Look at how price is like stalling. There's just too much going on right here. We got the point of control, the current open, the prior close, an upper VWAP deviation level. It's just a lot going on. A whole lot. 825. Still a double top. Prior high. I think that's the major resistance level sitting on the prior high. It's a lot going on in that area. All right, 5. This is my only issue. Four, two, trying to calculate like what this actual swing volume is. So that should still be. So this is actually 6. Are you a full-time day trader now? By default, because I mean, I had already stopped working as a nurse before I even got onto YouTube and started trading again. I was kind of forced into it, and then I ended up just taking an extended vacation. And so I have been living off my savings for a while, a long while, up until like earlier this summer. My affiliate commissions are able to cover the minimal bills that I have. So full time, yeah, but not like that, if that makes sense. It's more so I don't want to be a nurse anymore, so we're gonna figure this out. Because we're gonna figure it out. Just too much. Just too much. All right, we need the volume to be a bit more in this bar if I'm going to be able to take the trade. Unless the, okay, the point of control moved up, so that's good. Well, it's kind of not good if we're going to stall this long. There's a fly buzzing around my cup of coffee. Ew. Now go get your own. I should not report stuff. That's because they don't. If y'all teachers reported everything y'all were supposed to, these schools will probably be losing grants, child. That's why. And I agree, saying you should do that. Like, too many people try to game the system in different ways. And then also for me, like, I need to have the documentation because, especially when it comes to like being violent, threats, because you don't know if they're going to carry through with those threats, how the bullying is in today's time with so many more kids like offing themselves because of bullying and stuff. Like I want to show that hey, I did what I was supposed to do at my level. I reported it. Now if nothing was done, kind of not on me, but yeah, I don't play that stuff. Like even when I was a nursing child, let me tell you something. I'd rather be too thorough than not thorough enough because if something happens, what y'all are not gonna do is try to come for me. I did my job. It was just like when I told you guys my very first year of nursing how my boss at the time, she was upset because she was my mother's age and all the other girls used to go out drinking with her and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, you're my boss and you're my mom's age. No. Um, and so she didn't like that. And then when they found out how old I was, like I was supposed to I graduated high school at 16, so I was supposed to graduate as a nurse at 20. And I had the opportunity to graduate at like 18 and a half with my bachelor's degree, but I didn't go down that route because I just didn't want to start life that early. Um, but I ended up having to retake a couple of my classes because we didn't have labs at my first school. And so, when they found out I was everything was cool. Like, oh, this new grad, she's getting out on time. She's doing things right. She didn't have to be in orientation as long as everybody else, things like that. But once they found out I was 21, oh, now it was basically like this young black girl is showing us up kind of thing. And so I had a patient who was on blood thinners. I was giving her the blood thinners because they did not know if she was gonna have surgery or not. Every single day, the doctors kept saying in her notes they did not know if they were gonna have surgery or not. And so they ended up performing surgery on her and tried to blame me for her bleeding during surgery, which it wasn't a big deal. They cauterized her, she was fine. And so because of the way I took my notes, she made me go back to like day shift for a while to go back to orientation. And she was just mad about other stuff. But in the end, I couldn't be held responsible because I had proof that number one, they knew that I was giving her blood thinners. And when I kept putting in my notes, like, I administered because even though they've been talking about surgery, They have never confirmed that they were actually going to do it. But you got to protect yourself at the end of the day, because let me tell you something. If something happens, baby, these shops don't give two damns. They will throw you under the bus real quick. But one person you can't throw under the bus is me. Okay? I don't play that. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, you made all your money back. Nice, nice, nice. You're considering going to law school? Applejacks, you should go for it. You should go for it. I don't like risk. You clearly don't. You did take the short? Nice. Education stuff they pay for partial, I'll make you stay. Yeah, Amelia. We they do that a lot at a lot of the hospitals. You know, when you get into healthcare, the tuition reimbursement. For me, the only reason I wasn't interested was because when they said that I would have to stay there, I was like, and I think at the time it was maybe like 3 years, but a lot of places now are doing like 5 to 7. I don't even know if I like it here. And I don't want to be forced to stay here just because you pay for my schooling. So we're just not going to do that. We're just not. We're not. 94. All right, I might take this sale. Let's see, 57. Oh, no. Why'd you move down? Oh, wait. Okay, since it's 9:45, I just switched over to just the Tradeify account since we're outside of my normal trading times. Yeah, that's a long time. It's pulling back down, so I'm getting in a short. Where's your take profit? I know you're scalping, Sam. Where's your take profit? I don't have any interest since I'm old now. Girl, not super seasoned. Stop it. Stop. You know, one thing I was thinking about doing was contacting the prosecuting attorney for St. Louis County. Because the one who took over, she actually was one of the lawyers that, you know, when I was doing jury duty, she was coming in doing a lot of the briefing and stuff like that. So I was thinking about contacting them to see if they needed a nurse on staff for some of the, because I think I told you guys when I was going through jury duty that they were starting to um, prosecute people who were committing crimes against medical staff. So there is a thing called a legal nurse consultant, and you actually can go through a course for it. Um, I considered doing that years ago, but at the time, like I was just like, do I really want to do something like that? I really don't know. But it was pretty cool when I was going through jury duty, because when we were having some of those cases, it was like I had the perfect timing and ability to be able to educate people, because most of the time when we got those cases, they were happening in behavioral health floors or psych wards, which, you know, there's a misconception that, you know, when you decide that you want to go into the into psych, that you are quote unquote signing up for it. No, I signed up to help people, to take care of people. I definitely did not sign up to get hit. Definitely didn't. So yeah, I think it would be a pretty cool thing to do if I could, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to get into this. So I'm going to have my hand on the break even button because it's kind of going back and forth right now. What I like, what I don't like. All right, it stayed there. So I am in 5 contracts. We're either going to blow this account today or we're going to pass it. One of the two. Oh, you're dirty. That's going to stop me out at break even. Dirty ass hell. Oh, wait. That's not even the break even level. 5.5. That's not where I was supposed to break even. It's because I got a better fill. Do I want to get back in? Yeah, I'll get back in if it can go down there. 5 I'm probably going to get stopped out now, but that's okay. 6. Technically, I would still be in the trade anyway. I didn't realize I got a better fill than I was supposed to. And if I get stopped out, it's fine. We're gonna blow or go this account today. That's cool. Oh, let me try that the point of control was there. Oh, don't do that. All right. Oh, is this the account that I can't see? Oh no, I can. All right, so I got 1,000 in drawdown left in the account. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Like I think each loss is like $500 or $600. So in a couple of trades, we'll know. And I'm okay either way. 100%. I don't see any counsel at this job. I'm not trying to be the first. You should go for it. Yeah, they definitely need people to explain that kind of stuff. I'm just glad that they're now prosecuting people because for a long time, like even jobs would tell you that like you could press charges, but you really shouldn't, and like that kind of thing. Like, no, if you break my nose, why shouldn't I? Like, what do you mean? Mm. I just never liked that whole thing, and I felt like it encouraged people to be violent because why not? If you know that the medical staff can't, quote unquote, can't do anything about it, like why wouldn't you just do whatever you want to do? Because they signed up for it. Just, just, I was just looking at my analysis sheet, like to look at this particular trade, and basically both times it set up so far it won. However, they both were a little bit different. Like one of them, the delta percentage, the was pink, and one of them was red. So it's 2 for 2, but at the same time, it's two different. Like those are two different things. So yeah, and also trading after 9:45, who knows what's going to happen. Theoretically, whatever happens in the first hour should still work, but because technically I'm attempting to trade with momentum, and you know, things like that. Volatility, momentum and volatility both die down after really the first hour to hour and 15 minutes of the market being open anyway. So that's why I'm kind of like, I really don't care. I just want to see if we're gonna blow it or go it with it. So I don't really care what happens. 132, but I still want to take my setups, if that makes sense. I will close right on the point of control. It's a lot of junk in this area. What does the 5-minute chart looks like? Probably looks like ass because the 1-minute chart does. Mm. Yeah, kind of once we hit this area, it's just been a big nothing burger. It's just a lot of resistance up here. Overnight high, major resistance level, prior high, prior close, upper VWAP deviation level. It's just a lot of resistance. This is a curious to see if we're able to break through all of this resistance. I'm kind of curious to see how well it'll trend. Because the current high is only like 30 points away. This 1-minute chart looks so disgusting. So we need to be around 75. I needed to do what it's gonna do because I'm not coming back later to trade this. Not. How did Walgreens get my email address? Oh my God, I've unsubscribed 17 trillion mazillion bazillion times. You know what? Block. Ain't gonna piss me off. Just block it. Oh my God, market. All right, so what I would like to see is if we could come up here a little bit and look for a divergent sell. Really, as long as we just make a higher high, even a double top, yeah, that's fine. That's fine too. Well, kind of not. That's not. Mm, mm, no, we needed to pull up some more. Need there to be more volume in this swing, honestly. So I'm not gonna like that. Mm. Mhm. Come on, market. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Remind me why I'm still here. My my Tradify account renews tomorrow, so I'm just trying to blow or go it, but I'm also wanting to only do it with my setups because I want to see if my setups still work outside of the first hour, hour 15 of the market being open, since it is a momentum based strategy and momentum and volatility kind of leaves after 9:30, 9:45. So that's why. That's why. Trust me, I would rather be back in bed. I don't even think I'm gonna journal today's session because I'm still trying to figure out if I want to treat the point of control as like a level or whatever that price reacts off of. So, and because I can't see where the point of control is in real time, I mean, I guess I could start it at 9 o'clock, start my journaling at 9, but I wouldn't be able to start it from the beginning of the session. So, and I kind of would rather not have partial data, but we'll see. Oh, watch you move up. Calm my mind before I can do it. I feel that. Catch me after lunch. That was almost what I wanted. It's not quite. Okay, random ass volatility. What the hell? That is so random. Okay, what if we don't treat it like it's a level? Then what? Why did it take that so long? Hmm. Michael Jackson her meetings for real. I think that was like a big reason why I knew I would never want to work like a typical office type of job or career because you're not going to fill my schedule up with a bunch of meetings. My mom deals with a lot of meetings. I'm just like, we couldn't have like wrote in what is it, Microsoft Teams? We couldn't write in some kind of chat for this. Why I have to get on a meeting to do this? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Oh my gosh. The market is asleep. And it's gonna put me to sleep next. I'm just going back looking at what the charts look like today. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way. So the yellow dotted line is like the middle pivot level. Just look how we just kept rejecting there, rejecting off the lower deviation band of the VWAP. Really, price has not moved very much today at all. When you really look at it, it is not. Hmm. We've been stalling in this same little area for so long. I swear to you guys, when I'm watching other people stream, um, like while I'm journaling or whatever, I literally be sitting there like, how do y'all literally watch paint dry every day? Like every day? Every day. I don't understand. This is terrible. So terrible. I just can't do it. Mhm. I can't do my work if I'm always in a meeting. Exactly. Mm. Might have to break even out of that though. Oh, it's not even going coming down like it was supposed to. I'm gonna put it there, but I'm probably gonna have to break even if it doesn't if the delta doesn't change colors. I just don't want it to slam down and then I can't get into it because it's slammed down too hard. So I'd rather get into it and break even if it doesn't do what I want it to do, which it doesn't look like it. Of course. Oh, I'm not even in the trade. Cool. I wanted this to be red and not pink. Motivate Nation, what I would suggest personally. So there are a lot of people out here who would tell you like nobody should be trading full time. Trading full time is hard and all these other things. No. In my honest, humble opinion, there are three things that are important for you to be able to trade full time. Okay. Number one, you obviously have to have a strategy that has edge, right? And the least amount of discretion you have in your strategy, the better. Why is that? Because the more discretion you have in your strategy, the more the psychological aspect of trading can affect you. That is when you go on tilt. That is when you make stupid decisions. That is when you chase trades, right? So the more mechanical your strategy, as well as the more edge you have, the better off you are when it comes to going full time in trading. The second thing that you need to have besides edge is making sure that you have the psychological aspect of trading down packed, right? Um, because the psychological aspect of trading is already enough. Like it's already hard enough. Most people struggle mainly because they don't have a strategy with edge or it has too much to do with discretion, which causes them to, we already have like a natural desire to not lose, right? We don't want to lose and we don't want to be wrong. But if you have a mechanical based strategy as the base of your strategy, when you're wrong, it's like, well, if I know my strategy has edge and I know I have, let's say, a 60% win rate, then I know in the back of my head that 4 times out of 10, I'm going to lose. But I also know that because of the edge I have, it is okay when I lose those trades. So I'm not going to go on tilt, which I've always said tilt never makes sense to me. So you're mad because you're lost. So you're going to take more bad trades so you can lose more. How does that make you feel better? I don't know. But I've been in psych for over 10 years. So there's a lot of things that people do, and psychologically, I'm just like, that doesn't make sense, right? Um, so having a strategy that has edge, the more mechanical base, the better. Number two, making sure that you have the psychological aspect of trading down packed, because if you do not, you're already up against the the harshness of trading to begin with and how it can really mess with your mental. But now, because paying your bills depends on it, if you already are not sound like mentally and psychologically, the pressure of your bills having to be paid based off of you winning and you sticking with your strategy and your strategy's edge continuing to play out, you're going to go on tilt more and there is a high chance that you are going to fail at your goal of being a full-time trader. Okay. So those are the top two things. I would say the third thing is just start off with wherever your current financial situation is. Everybody's different, right? So you have some people where, like, hey, in my everyday job, I only make $15 an hour. Well, it's going to be a lot easier for them to replace their income versus someone like myself. When I stopped working as a nurse almost I think we're going on 3 years. I was making like 40, it was either 42, somewhere between 42 and $44 an hour. Well, the one thing with me was I wasn't always working full time, so it's a little bit easier. But let's say I was working full time. It takes more money for me to replace my income versus someone who's making $15 an hour. So I think it's important that you figure out how much you need to make to replace your current income and making sure that you take taxes into account. um, I would always say no matter what type of payouts you're getting, always take 20 to 25% of your payouts and put it into a tax savings account. And then at the end of the year, if you do owe money to the IRS, the money that you need to pay them is already there. If you don't owe, guess what? You can drain that account out, put it back in your checking and your savings, whatever, because you're going to start over year to year. So once you figure out how much money it's going to take for you to replace your income, then break that down. However many props you like to trade with, two, three, four, however many, it does not matter. Figure out what number of accounts you're comfortable with seeing the P&L with on a daily basis, total. Um, if you're somebody like me, like if I'm down $500 per account on 10 accounts, it does not bother me because I don't see the red as down 5,000. I see it as down 500. But a lot of people see it as down 5,000. I don't. So it's all like once you get the psychological aspect of it, it makes it a lot easier. But I don't like when people say that like the psychological aspect is the most important or is more important than a strategy. It is absolutely not. Do not listen to those people. It's important, but yeah, once you kind of calculate how much you need to make on a monthly basis to replace your current income, then you can break that down by the number of accounts based on the number of prop firms you like, that have rules that follow rules where your strategy kind of aligns with it. Like for me, Apex's rules don't bother me. I don't go for big trades, so the intraday trail and drawdown doesn't bother me. I have really good risk management. I use a 1-to-1, so I don't have to worry about the 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio rule. I don't have to worry about the 30% P&L rule. The consistency rule doesn't bother me. All of the rules that people complain about with Apex does not bother me because it doesn't affect the way I trade. Now, if the way you trade would be affected by a company, like for instance, I've always said there are certain companies I will never be able to trade because of their micro scalping rules. Well, guess what? When I'm looking to build my arsenal of accounts so that I can continue, you know, as a full-time trader at once I become profitable, then I'm not going to rely on those companies, right? So I would say those three things are like the most important aspects of becoming a full-time trader. You got to have the psych part down though, because if not, that pressure is going to build up and you're going to screw yourself. You're more than welcome. You are more than welcome. And it's trading is like the easiest, hardest way to make money. Once you figure out a strategy that not only has edge, but it works well with your personality and how you see the market. When you figure out how to trade in a way that fits those two things, how you see the market and it fits with your personality, and I'll say that a third thing, like it fits with the time that you have available to trade. A strategy that works well during the New York session won't always work well during other sessions, right? Hell, a strategy that works in the first hour of the market being open will not always work throughout lunchtime and things like that. So Once you figure out those things, that can kind of like help you on your journey to getting where you want to be. And give yourself grace and give yourself time, because it takes time. It does take time. For some people, it doesn't take as much time. I find that people who either learned from other people, um, or people who trade based off of intuition, a lot of times it doesn't take as long for them to become profitable, especially in regards to prop firms, because you only have to be a decent trader for 5 days, for 7 trading days, for 8 trading days. For most companies, it's 5 trading days, because you can flip the other 2 days, right? So you don't really need to be good. And not everybody cares about being a good trader. Some people, they only care that the money that they put in is less than the money that they take out. And that's okay. So you also have to figure out, what are your goals? Do you just care about being profitable in prop firms? Do you actually care about being a good trader? Do you care about having a strategy that has good edge? Do you care about risk management? These are all questions that you have to ask yourself, because what some people care about, other people do not care at all. Oh, he's stupid. He told me about this yesterday. But yeah, those are the things that you have to figure out. Like for me, mastering the art and skill of scalping is important to me. That is my number one goal. I don't care how much money I make. I will feel like a failure personally. I don't think other people are failures. I would feel like a failure if the only way I can make $50,000, $100,000 is by blowing through 300 funded accounts first, and still consistently blowing through accounts on a daily, weekly basis. Like, that does not work for me. It works for some people. It does not affect their psyche. It would affect mine. I cannot do it. So you got to figure out what that looks like for you. Oh, you're good, Amelia. You're good. Girl, I ain't even supposed to be here no more. Let's see, 82. They had 28, pretty sure it's 0 payouts. Did they get that, did they get eval band or something? All right, I might be looking for a sale here. Looks like the sellers are trying to trap the buyers up here. All right, I'm gonna put the order in, and then if it's not what I want it to be, then I'll just get out immediately. But that's what I want it to be, so let's see. Like I said, the lack of volume and volatility and momentum during this part of the session, I hate it. But I also like just want to get the reps of like looking for what I'm looking for when I'm trading. Just getting the reps in from that. If this happens to me again, what the heck? Come on, push down. Give me the full TP, please. Please? That's why I think I'm going to change the TP back to 22 instead of keeping it at 23. And I'm just going to have a 23 tick stop loss and a 22 tick take profit. Because that would have been a full TP right there. came one tick from hitting it. That's so trash. After this trade, I'm gonna change it. All right, yeah, we're gonna change that because that's gonna piss me off. Thankfully, I document when this happens, and that's why I already knew that it was possibly going to be something that I needed to do. Because I would basically be back to break even if that trade would have actually taken. Oh my God. It came back, stopped me out just to push through to my full TP. You are a dirty. How wonderful. That's exactly what I was looking for too, for the sale. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Ain't that something? I would have been back to break even. So trash. So very trash. All right, I can't take divergence because we started with a double bottom, which I don't like. She can get funded, then blows it when it comes time to trade funded. Does she actually trade in her evals the way she would trade in funded? Because that's already a problem. I think that people who do that, they don't even realize how people who don't do that, people who trade evals like passing on news and stuff like that, which I get. You're trading with a company that has a 1 day to pass and things like that, and you're just trying to hurry up and get into fundeds. But I don't think that some people realize like how that can kind of mess with you psychologically though. Because number one, you're used to seeing big numbers, so you want to continue seeing big numbers. It's just like people who get where they want to get by over leveraging and trading big size. And then they're like, okay, I need to size down. Okay, I need to size down. Okay, I need to size down. And they practically have to lose their accounts before they finally size down. And the reality is they want to size down, but it's hard for them to mentally because now they know the numbers are not going to be as big. Their payouts are going to be a little bit more infrequent and things like that. Like passing in, okay, you're passing in one go, but then you're gonna all of a sudden pop a switch in your head to trade slowly for 5 days, for 7 days, for 8 days, for 10 trading days, however many trading days it would take you to get to a payout. Now you're going to be able to flip the switch, which for some people you can. Like I've already told you guys, once I know exactly what I want to do, like trading wise, and I'm starting to build up my eval or build up my funded accounts and things like that and having to go through the eval process. I am not going to be trading one contract per trade. I'm not. Now I'm also not going to be blowing and going or passing and smashing on news or anything like that either. Now I would probably just trade my same strategy, but just I don't think I would go max contracts because I don't really care to pass something in 1 day, right? But I would do the full Kelly using the Kelly criterion, putting in whatever my win percentage is once everything stabilizes out. And I'm just gonna do a full Kelly, which is it's typically gonna tell me to risk like 20% of my account and just go from there. But that helps you to kind of stay level mentally during this process. Like, why make things harder on yourself? I just don't get it. This person seems to be another blow and glow. Yeah, so if you're doing that, that's why you can't. And see, this is the other problem. If you are somebody who gets your PAs that way, you can't then think to yourself like, oh, I had 50 PAs and I haven't gotten payouts. Okay, but you're gambling to get to the 50 PAs. If you traded your normal strategy, would you have 50 PAs? Probably not. So you're doing yourself a disservice by even doing that to begin with and thinking from that aspect. Especially if you are doing it on a lot of accounts at one time. You just can't look at it that way. You screw yourself up. I cannot believe this happened. Well, I can because I journal it, but I don't want it to happen to me right now. Not right now. I'm really just looking for a pullback. Like I said, I can't take the buy because it's the divergence started with a double bottom. So just looking for the pullback. Looks like we're finally trying to break away from all this resistance up here. I mean, it resisted heavy. Literally been resisting at all of this like the congested levels up there, up here. Since, let's see, we first hit the current, I'll do when we hit the prior close. We hit that at 9:32. It's an hour later, and we're just kind of really trying to break away. We broke away kind of briefly around 9:45, but then we pushed straight back up into it and just kind of been sitting there for a minute. 3.6. Oh. I'm probably gonna get off at like 11 to 11:15, whether I've blown the account or not, because I could just continue trading off stream. I'm starting to get a little tired of looking at this. And because the market's so slow, I could just do other things and kind of just set alerts and stuff. Huh. Hold on. I'm going to go log into TPT real quick. They sent me an email saying that they have some streaming overlays or something for affiliates now. Oh, I see. I see what they're doing. I don't have banners like that on my stream though. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He was up 65. Good morning. What you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, what time we playing today? Hmm? Oh, okay. Well, you just let me know because I got to figure out if I'm gonna take a nap or not. I really kind of don't want to. No, I don't want to because my sleep schedule is so off. Your mama. Anyway, just let me know whenever you done doing what you're doing. Okay, all right, later. Okay, so he was up 65 points and he didn't close. Can't say it on air. I finally zoomed in the side. I don't be understanding. I don't care if you on micros, minis, it don't really matter. Like 65 points is a lot. And if you can get 65 points out of the market, like how much are you trying to get out of this exactly? Where are these notifications? Oh. Mm. Like how much do you want out of the market exactly? I just don't be understanding. I don't at all. Oh my God. I can look at the trade. Yeah, like, but see, you know what? I, trading micros, people should be doing it. Let me start there. However, I don't think that some people realize how much trading micros feeds into their greed because your P&L is going up so slowly and you want so much out of the market because that's the only way for you to hit your P&L goals and to get to a payout is by getting these really huge moves, which especially if you're trading with a company that has intraday trailing drawdown, I get it. However, comma, at what point do we stop trying to swing for the fences? That's a lot of points. Are we really going right back up to this little magnet? 12. How do people literally sit here and watch this shit? I'm over it. I'm so over it. Now, what the, but people will swear up and down. Indicators don't matter. We have literally been resisting at the same spot for over an hour, and look how that just slammed down almost 90, actually over 90 ticks, just boom, so quickly. That bar closed and just, wow. It went down like 50 something ticks in a second, basically. All right. That was a little crazy, just a tad. You just closed your short. Oh my God. The That's what I said. Was he going for? Girl, had to. I'm going for 75 points a day. See, that's a very modest and very nice goal. Seriously. Especially if you're okay with like not getting it all at one time. Like I don't need to make 75 points in a trade, but even if it's 5 15-point trades, like a lot of people just don't see it that way at all. At all. So annoying. Oh, it only went 10 points from your exit, but still, I mean, we just been sitting there. Like this is ugly. This is terrible. So terrible. And look, we popped down to my overnight low and bounced right on up from it. Is that not crazy? We didn't even hit the VWAP right at the overnight low, which is from 2 to 2:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for me. That's what I use as the overnight high and low. That was crazy. Insane. That was crazy. Crazy move. And we're gonna come right back up to it. What the hell? Something. Oh, the margin. Why is my margin like that? There we go. What a move. What was the full move? That was crazy. Today years old when I realized I don't need to go for the whole thing at once. Jay, you're crazy. But no, you like for real, you would be surprised how many people just care about swinging for the fences. Like I've always said my goal once I start like really getting into trading my PAs and stuff, making about $250 a day is enough for me. And for me, that's being positive two trades. So even if I take four trades, or yeah, let's say I take four trades, win three, lose one. Like anything where I'm positive two trades is enough. That should be like about $230. So it's a little bit short, but that's okay. Like I don't need much. And that's also another reason why like I think I'm gonna end up settling for trading with up down tick because I feel like I get more trades in, which is important because I mean, obviously I want to have my strategy have the highest win rate I can get it to, but I care more about like as long as I have a good win rate and I get enough trades in, that's all that matters for me. I just want to average about $1,000 a week. And that's enough. Because you think about it, if you can average about $200 a day, let's take it down to $200 a day. You can average $200 a day. So even if you make 400 one day, and I don't really, my brain's not working right now. Let's say you make $400 today, $0 tomorrow. That's an average of 200 still, right? So an average of $200 a day times 5 accounts. You have so much access to so many different prop firms who have so many different number of accounts that you can trade. You got Apex that has 20. Elite Trader Funding does too, but you don't want to get 20 accounts there unless you're going to like hit it hard really quickly because they're going to take you live so quick. But let's just take Apex out of it. I know a lot of people don't like Apex. If you can have 5 with Tradeify, 5 with TPT, 5 with My Funded Futures, and you're making $1,000 a week on average, and you have 15, that's $15,000 a week. Why do you need to be greedy? And I think that some people don't really like think about the math part of it. There's a guy who I watch on YouTube. And in his last video, he was up on, I think he was trading gold, and he was at the 1 to 2 RR, but he really wanted a 1 to 3. Y'all know how I feel about risk to reward ratios, like, especially when, like, oh, you're always going for a 1 to 4. Well, what are you basing that off of? What are you basing your exit on? He doesn't base his exit on market structure. He just wants a 1 to 3. Um, so he ended up getting out of the trade break even because of that, even though he was up. I forget how many ticks he was up. And so, and he said this in a video before where he was like, he talked about how much money he makes on his job. And he's like, man, why did I go for so much? Like, when me taking profit at, such and such level, I would have made more today in like 30 minutes than I would make at my job. But too many people don't think that way, and I don't understand why. If you don't make $15,000 a week at your job, then why are you not okay with making $200 a day on 15 accounts? I say you will be an excellent trading. I always want to make $800 to $1,000 a day trading 5 hours. And it's no problem with that. It's just, from a logical perspective, you're putting more stress on yourself than you really need to, because you don't need to make that much to make the amount of money that you want to make. 1373. I think 271 is the highest. All right, let's see. Oh, there's another random speaker, it looks like. To be in the body, it looks like. Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think that that mindset and always trying to go for the grand slam every single day, that's a lot of stress on yourself, and for no reason, because you don't have to do that. You don't. 1373. Oh, I'm talking about, wanted to show huge numbers to their stream. I think a lot of streamers are like that because, I mean, let's be honest here. The people who are going to get the most traction for the most part on social media are going to be the people who show the big numbers, because people see that, people know, like, so many people want to make Lambo money. Okay, they don't want to just be able to walk away from their job and live comfortably, live more than comfortably, be able to vacation whenever they want, buy whatever they want, but not necessarily a Lambo. They don't want to get to, like, they want the big numbers. They want to make a lot of money. And I get it. Like, who doesn't want to make a lot of money? But you should get there gradually, right? Like, by using leverage. But because of what people want to see, and people obviously want to grow their channels, and they also are greedy and want to make a whole lot of money as well. And wanting to make a lot of money doesn't make you greedy. It's just a way that they do things sometimes that makes them greedy. But that's one of the biggest reasons why they want to show the big numbers, because that is what is going to get you the views, period. Payouts are what's going to get you the views. It just is what it is. And I've always said from the beginning, like, there's going to be a certain level that I will never reach, because I'm not, no offense to any white man here, but I'm not a white man. So I don't have the safety of being able to post how much money I'm making and not have to worry about my safety. Not fortunate enough for that. It's just the truth. It is what it is. Uh-oh, I pushed the wrong button. I'm going to take this sell and hope we can push through the overnight high. And if we don't, I think this is the last trade before I blow the account if it loses. I think. Oh, no, it's not. Damn. Am I in on one contract? Oh, All right, now we're at 5. It did just kind of bounce off the overnight high right there, but that's fine. That's more than fine. Man, it's so hard to trade a momentum-based strategy when the momentum is not here anymore because volatility and volume has slowed down so much and it is driving me crazy. But it blows, it's fine. This also is kind of letting me know, like, yo, your mindset of like trading the most volatile hour of the market being open, just stick to that, girl. You can't get trades in, worry about it the next day because this is insane. It's like you have these random little spikes of volatility and then it just goes back to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Very annoying. Don't know how people trade like this at all. I would actually rather the next 2 trades, it does stop me out so I can go live my life. Because I'm tired of being on the charts. And I won't even like, I won't even journal these because these don't even count. This is not my normal trading times. You know what I mean? I wouldn't count this towards any of my actual stats for the strategy at all. It doesn't make sense too. You know what? I'm going to actually no, I'm not. They wouldn't swing for the fences, yeah. But you know, Amelia, they will tell you, well, I'm not trading a personal account, I'm trading props, and that's all I care about is am I profitable on props because I'm here to make money. I'm not here to be a good trader. And like those are the things that they say. They don't give a shit. They don't care at all. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm actually tired of being here. Not with you guys, but I'm tired of looking at this crap. So I'm just gonna take this buy and hope that it stops me out so I can go. I'm over it. Paint drying is not my forte. I don't even care that the delta's negative. Don't care. I just want to go. This is insanity. Stuff like this, I'm like, you know what? I should have just taken trades at every reversal bar until it either blow or go, but I didn't want to do that. Like I said, I just want the repetition of like looking for what I'm looking for, even though I know it probably won't work at this time of day, but just the repetition of look, especially like this order flow indicator looks a lot different than my other one does. So like getting the practice of looking at the minimum and maximum delta on the footprint summary chart and looking back at the order flow chart to see where the point of control is, who's in control, stuff like that. That's what I really stayed for because I could have just done this off stream. Looking at these horrible, yes, this is trash. Like absolute trash. I just don't know how anybody trades this stuff. Like the people who trade the turtle markets, Asia session, I don't look. Mm-mm. Speaking of Amelia, that guy that you put me onto, did I tell you I'm not a fan? Here's why I'm not a fan. You know, I like people who are very open and honest. And how did you liquidate me already? I still got like $400 in the account. What the hell? I think. Oh no. I did not realize they got a daily loss limit. No, it says a max loss limit, but I still have money in the account. Oh, the daily loss limit is 1250. No. No, 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 no. Oh yeah, it is 1250. Shit. I think this account though is at a good rate if I'm not. I think the monthly on this is a good. I don't remember. Let me see. Hold on, you guys. Account balance for do not go below your trailing drawdown. Oh yeah, daily loss limit 1250. I don't know why I thought it was just on the PAs. I don't know. But either way, hold on. I want to see. Mm, yeah, I got that one for a pretty good price. I would like to have that same renewal price, but hold on, you guys. What's the maybe I didn't. Well, I don't even remember pricing. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. I think I got it for 40% off, probably. No, I don't remember what it was. Damn it. I'm trying to figure out because maybe it was 35% off. Yeah, it was 35% off. I'm trying to figure out because, like I said, it doesn't renew until like 9 p.m. or something like that. But I don't know if it's based on when tomorrow's market close happens or today's. Minus 30%. It's currently 30% off, which is just an extra $7. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel the account and cancel the account, and I'm just gonna have to pay the extra $7 or something because I don't want this to renew being this negative in the account. I forgot about the daily loss limit. Oh yeah, okay. So Amelia, let me tell you why I'm not a fan of his. I don't like when people are not honest, and I'm gonna tell you why he's not honest. Um, you can't say that you, how do I say this? You can't say that the streaming part of it is not for the money when you also, in the same breath, admit that you don't like trading Asia session. You only traded currently and switched to trading Asia session because there's too much competition during New York. So you don't have the visibility. So you started trading Asia session so you can get the visibility and get the viewership during a session you don't actually like trading, right? Obviously, when you are streaming, when you're putting out any kind of content on social media and you are trying to monetize it, you obviously need the viewership in order to do that. And from a trading perspective, you want people to use your codes and all this other stuff, which, That is what you do when you're an affiliate. But you cannot say that you're not doing it for the money when you are trading a session you don't want to trade because you need to increase your viewership so you can increase your affiliate commissions. That means you switch for the money. Like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? And then clearly his strategy, not to say it doesn't work well during Asia, but he barely even takes trades because his strategy doesn't work well during Asia. It doesn't set up enough and all these other things. So you're not able to make as much money from a trading perspective, trading that session, but you're still trading it because you can get so many viewers and people using your affiliate code so you can make more money. So that is why I can't. That pisses me off. He made his money before he cut. Exactly. Exactly, Amelia. And that I don't respect. Like, I don't. Especially like for me, I told you guys when I first got onto YouTube, like I'm literally doing this to hold myself accountable. I can get my best friend on the phone right now. He'll tell you how many times I quit trading when he was still trading actively, right? Because when I start getting irritated, all the time and energy and effort it goes into, figuring out how you want to see the market, how you want to trade, it gets annoying. And because I made so much money as a nurse, F this. I'm not finna sit here and do this when I can go do that, right? And I've had multiple channels before. My other channel has 18,000 subscribers. I was putting out content there consistently, even though I barely even made money doing it. Barely. But guess what? That was my way of holding myself accountable when I was getting out of debt, which is why if you go over to that channel, you will see that pretty much after I got out of debt, I barely even posted over there because that was my goal. Now, I'm not going to stop trading streaming even once I hit my level of profitability that I'm looking for and stuff like that, because mainly because like representation. There's not a lot of Black or minority streamers, um, especially in the future space. And I just genuinely, I like the fact that I can trade for an hour, 15 minutes a day and go about my business kind of thing. Um, but who knows? One day, probably eventually I'll stop streaming, probably just do stuff on Discord or something like that. But I just don't especially, and it's not to say that his personality, he's not a naturally nice person because he probably is. But I just don't like when people try to like not be honest like that. That actually pisses me off. It's worse than the other streamer, just taking trades willy-nilly, kind of following the strap, but also trading for the stream and churn. Yeah. Motivate Nation. Amelia will have to tell you because I forgot his name. I was subscribed for like a day or something and then I unsubscribed. But yeah, Amelia, though, they irritate me too. Exactly. Why are you trading? You said that you don't need it, so why are you, especially when you like, okay, I think maybe when I first got onto YouTube, I probably had, no, you know what? I already had an Apex affiliate code before I started streaming because my best friend was trading with Apex actually before me. And because I have a couple of other trading buddies in the trading community, we actually all knew each other through network marketing. Before I even got onto YouTube, I already had an affiliate code with Apex because they were buying accounts with my code, you know? But you see though, I could have had an affiliate code with a bunch of different companies, right? I could have, instead of like, all right, a couple of accounts here, a couple of accounts there, I could have just had like one account with all the different prop firms that I can become an affiliate with. But you see, I didn't do that. And I'm not going to ever. I don't ever want to have an affiliate code with a company I'm not trading with. And I don't want to just trade with a company just because I can make affiliate money with it. I don't want to do that. I want to trade with the couple of companies that I like, that I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with their rules. I don't have, well, I won't say I don't have a problem with the way that they do things, because I have a lot of problems with the way that Apex does things sometimes. Um, However, I still trade with them, so I'm still going to be an affiliate because I still trade with them. Other people still trade with them, and other people want to support me. So that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, I think somebody, I forgot, this was like months and months and months and months ago, where I was like, hey, you guys, like, I'm thinking about becoming an affiliate with Tradeify and trading with them, but I'm not ready to trade with them yet. And I told you guys, like, I don't feel comfortable, like, pushing companies like that. First of all, I want to be able to, like, if people come and they ask me certain questions about a company that I'm affiliated with, I want to be able to answer that question without going to look at an FAQ. Unless, like, I'm just having a bad memory day, because I do have those. But if I'm trading with 15 different companies, child, I don't know. Go look at the FAQ. I don't know. That's gonna be my answer. Good morning, Solo Trades. How are you? You unsub too? It was lame. I do go on every now and then. Yeah. I don't, it's just certain, and some people's personalities, like I told the one person, I ain't everybody's cup of tea, and everybody ain't everybody's cup of tea. But it's just like, I don't really like how the one got FSP. The religion thing, I hate that. Like, it's just certain things where I just don't respect it, and I don't like it. And if you're not gonna be on YouTube to be transparent, I don't think you should be here. Because, like, some people just want to show people, like, it can be done. You can be profitable. You can have good risk management. You can have good psychology when it comes to trading. Like, it's about representation and showing people the possibilities of what can happen with trading. I need to go in and cancel this account. I totally forgot about the daily loss limit, and I'm so mad because I would have just blew it yesterday for the renewal. But if you're here to share your journey and that's it, like me, I'm just here to share my journey and show the process of how difficult and stressful it is to develop your own strategy from scratch while learning different methods, and learning different things about the market. But I start to also lose respect for people when you use your payouts to gain popularity, but then you get upset because while you're on a losing streak, and because you don't show your balances every day, and you're on a losing streak because people are watching you lose in your recaps or watching you live. Now you're upset and you feel like people are pocket watching you because people are asking you, what's the status of your accounts? What are your balances? When was your last payout? And things like that. You don't have the right to be upset because people are asking you about that. Because if you use your payouts to gain popularity, then you can't be upset when the people who are following you, because whether they are pocket watching or because you are truly motivating them or things like that, or they are truly just trying to keep up with your journey because you decide that you don't want to be a super transparent person. You can't be upset because people want to know what your progress is. I started watching you to learn your progress. That doesn't make sense. Especially if you are not, like, I will share with you guys when I have payouts, but you're not going to see it on some huge crazy banner on my charts. You're not going to see that. Nope, not for me. I'll share it in our Discord, but I also have to be mindful of how I share it that way too, because as a Black woman who has to worry about my safety in an unsafe city that I live in, I'm not going to do that. Now, if you guys know I have 15 accounts and you guys know I copy trade all of them and you guys know that my balances are pretty much the same, and I tell you guys I took $1,000 payout, well, then you guys can do the math and say, oh, she got 15,000. But I'm not going to put, hey guys, all across the screen in 2025, I've made $200,000 this year. It ain't gonna be me. New props, brand new every day. Supposedly they make a lot of money trading, but screwing their followers. Yeah, I'm not a fan. It reminds me of like network marketing people who are MLMs, people who like hop from company to company and their followers just hop on with them. And it's like, you're not going to make the money that that person makes because you don't have the following that they have. So why are you hopping along with them? If they take you to a company that you genuinely enjoy, stay there. You don't need to go from here, there, and everywhere. And I don't think there's a problem with trying new props out. Let me say that. There's no problem with trying a new prop out, especially if you are already consistently profitable. You're not just blowing through accounts all of the time, and you're just trying to continue to build your base of leverage. Because why not make money on 40 accounts the same way you make money on 5 accounts? Why not? Right? Now, I personally am not going to put my name on something brand new. I barely want to put my name on things that are established. Right? But I don't think it's a problem with, especially because a lot of companies don't really come into this space to scam people. Most companies are actually trying to make money, like for real. They're trying to make money, get their market share, and be here as long as they possibly can. I do not think that, I wouldn't say any company, but I don't think that, I think there's a very tiny bit of companies who come in just to try to scam people. Very few, right? So it makes sense that if you know that the majority of companies that go out of business, it's because they don't have enough money to last, right? With the payouts. So if you know that you can go to a new company and get you a payout, get your payouts. Milk the company for as much as you can. But you don't have to sit here and promote every single new thing that comes out. Like, oh well, I spoke to the CEO, or I spoke to this person. Okay. In what world would a CEO of any company not tell you what they think you want to hear, so that you will invest in them, so that you will help them to market, so that you will help them to build their brand and build their company? Every CEO is going to do that. They're going to put their best foot forward, put on their good mask, and convince you to put your trust in them. Duh. What? But I don't know. People are going to do what they're going to do, but my only hope is that eventually, you know, people realize that they pay attention. I hope that people pay attention to who they are following and how they are doing things. Because for some people, legit, the only reason why they can blow through a bunch of accounts and things like that is simply because of the psychological safety of how much they make a month in affiliates. I don't have a problem with how much people make in affiliates, and I'm not pocket watching anybody. I'm stating facts. Because if I don't make money trading this month, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, my bills are paid 20 times over with not me, but my bills are paid 20 times over with my affiliate money. So I can blow as many accounts as I want to. Like, there are people legit out here spending $5,000 plus, $3,000 plus per month in account fees. That is not feasible for the average person. It's not. But because some people see the big payouts, they are not associating that with big expenses that come with it. They're not paying attention to, oh, this person just blew through like 50 accounts in the last 2 months. I can't blow through 50 accounts in the last 2 months and make the same $20,000 because I don't have that much money to be able to blow through accounts like that. You know what I mean? And I mean, I get it. People are just going for the payouts, and that's just what people are going to do. But I think that it's a huge disservice to your community of people that you are building to show those kind of behaviors, because people want to do with people want to do the same thing as who inspires them the most. And people are inspired by people's big payouts, and they want to do whatever it takes to get to those payouts, but they don't realize that they don't have that extra security blanket to be able to do that. I am trenches, but I'm up out of here. I went ahead and I blew the account, but I forgot that there's a daily loss limit, so I'm gonna have to cancel it because you know what? I guess I can ask. in their Discord. I'll ask in the Discord. I mean, it's not a big deal. I got this account at 35% off and the current sale is 30% off, which is only, so I'll only be paying like an extra $7 or something if I cancel this account and get a new one. Because even though it renews tomorrow, it renews at like 9 p.m. But I don't know if they renew it based on what the account is right now or what it is at market close tomorrow. So I'm just gonna go in their Discord and I'm gonna ask a mod and see what they say. But yeah, so I'll either be trading a new account tomorrow or the next day, either way. But also tomorrow, I'm going to be here on time. And I do need to take a trade or two, depending on how the first trade goes on the TPT Pro account. I'll probably trade my Apex Pro account tomorrow my Apex PA tomorrow as well. But definitely after 9:45, this strategy just does not work very well. And I mean, it makes sense. Like I said, I'm trying to trade with momentum and volatility, and there is none after 9:45, at least until, after lunchtime. So, but I got the reps in of, what I'm trying to pay attention to when I'm getting into trades and things like that. What I've been having to practice the most lately is like paying attention when the trade is starting to set up, paying attention to like the max and min delta in the footprint summary table, because like I know that if I want the delta, or the delta, really just the delta, not the percentage, to be a certain way, then like for a buy, for instance, I know that if I want this box to be green, this number in this box needs to be as close to the max delta number as possible, because it has to be, in order to be green or red, it means that the delta at the close of the bar has to be 95% of the max or min delta that was in the bar before the close. So I got the reps in. That's all that matters to me. But yeah, so that's it for me, you guys. Good commentary today. And I'm thankful for you guys for tuning in. Even though I was late, I'm going to be on time tomorrow because I'm going to figure out my napping schedule. I think I'm just not going to take a nap and I'm just going to be up all day so I can be asleep by midnight today. But we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.